namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome you all. Today is 16th chapter, just 2 more chapters to go. Right? Yeah, so what did we learn yesterday? Anything new we learned? What is it? Anybody? What did we learn yesterday? Sorry?
Purushottama Yoga.
Purushottama Yoga. Very nice. And
Purushottama
what?
Yoga.
Yeah. Haribol. And what tree was Krishna talking about? Anybody knows?
Inverted banyan tree.
Inverted banyan tree. What does the tree represent? Hare Krishna.
It represents the material nature.
It represents material nature. Yeah, very nice. Okay, and what is the root of the tree?
The desires.
Desires of us, right? Yeah, and what is the weapon that Krishna says we need to cut, using which we can cut the tree?
Detachment.
Detachment from material world and attachment to Krishna, right? This is the weapon that is that we need to use to cut that material banyan tree. That banyan tree means material existence. By detachment to material nature, material world, we can actually cut off our material existence as a whole in itself, right? And we can go back home, back to Godhead completely. And today's chapter, Krishna talks about Daivasura Sampada Yoga, right? Daivasura Vibhaga, Sampada Vibhaga Yoga. So, what does this mean? Daiva is angel qualities, right? Or divine qualities. And Asura is demons, right? Demoniac qualities. How are these qualities divided, right? What are divine qualities, what are demoniac qualities? Krishna is going to explain in this chapter. Okay, very straightforward chapter. Krishna just talks about the different qualities that good people have, that is devotees, and bad people or asuras have. Okay, Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, clarity, self control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharata, belong to godly men, endowed with divine nature. Can you imagine? These are all the qualities we have to develop if if we have to be called divine, right? Or transcendental. These are all transcendental qualities, right? So Krishna talks about, so out of all these, there are many qualities here, right? So the main quality that we have to develop at our stage right now, in order to develop all these qualities, right, is cultivation of spiritual knowledge and self control. If we have these two qualities, right, then these remaining all the qualities automatically manifest. Can you imagine? So Krishna says, Prabhupada says in the purport, do not get scared looking at this long list of qualities. right? Just by doing these two, cultivation of spiritual knowledge and self-control, you have you have actually cultivated all the qualities. Bona fide, sources, right? Or the right sources. Okay, when these two things go hand in hand, cultivation of spiritual knowledge automatically occurs. And again, self control also comes with chant. Shravanam, Kirtanam. There are nine kinds of devotional service, right? Navavida Bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, right? There are nine kinds that way. So the first two are very, very important. Right? And in all these lectures, all these classes, what do we discuss? We discuss only Srila Prabhupada's purports, right? Bhagavad Gita shlokas and Srila Prabhupada's purports. Srila Prabhupada's purports, right? That's it. So you're listening. That means Shravanam we are doing, right? So Shravanam is the first step. Only after Shravanam, self-control, Kirtanam will come. Kirtanam means chanting, right? Chanting the holy name of the Lord and all chanting the glories of the Lord. All that is Kirtanam, right? So only after Shravanam can we do Kirtanam. And Shravanam, Kirtanam are the only two processes in Kali Yuga for us to go back home, back to Godhead. That's why chanting is very important. And chanting is a process where you do two things together, Shravanam and Kirtanam. Because when you chant, say you're chanting Hare Krishna, right? So what you're doing, you're listening to the holy name, that is Shravanam, and with your tongue you are pronouncing, you're spelling out the holy name, you're saying it, right? So you're doing Kirtanam. So if you're using your tongue to speak, right, anything about Krishna you're speaking, that is Kirtanam. Okay, so you're doing Shravanam and Kirtanam together in two in one process. That's why it's very, very powerful in Kali Yuga, right? So if these two things happen, everything falls into place, right? With self control, anger control comes, renunciation comes, right? Non violence comes, everything comes, austerity will be successful, right? Literally everything, compassion, everything will start, right? Aversion to fault finding, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, purification of one's existence starts happening, fearlessness starts happening, right? Because you know God is there to protect, right? Gentleness will start, modesty, determination, forgiveness, every quality, like literally name it, every good quality starts developing only based on these two qualities. These two things we need to do, right? One is Shravanam, from proper sources about the scriptures, and then Kirtanam, that is chanting the holy name of the Lord. Okay, so when you do these two, everything else comes, right? And one more thing, none of us have all these qualities together. None of us. We might have a few of them, right? Maybe we are truthful, we don't lie, but at the same time, we might get angry, right? Or we might not find faults in others, but at the same time, we might not be compassionate to others, right? We kill animals and we eat. All that is there, right? So, none of us, literally, none of us have all these qualities together. That's why I told you in 14th chapter, none of us are completely under the mode of goodness, or completely under the mode of passion, or completely in the mode of ignorance. We are all mixed, right? That's why in today's world, that too in modern Kali Yuga, we cannot say a person is completely good, a person is completely divine, or a person is completely demoniac. No, because we are all having mixtures, right? Mixtures of qualities. धम्बो दर्पो अभिमानश्च क्रोधो पौरुषमेव च करोधो पुरुषमेव च अज्ञानं चाभिजातस्य पार्थ सम्पदमासुरीम्. So now Krishna is talking about the asura sampada, right? Or the qualities of a demon. What are the qualities of demon? Krishna says arrogance, pride, anger, conceit, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to demoniac nature, O son of Pratha. So if you see divine qualities, the list is very long, but demoniac qualities is very short. But even though the list is short, The number of people having these qualities are too many in number, right? And in fact, we have almost all the qualities in this list: arrogance, pride, anger, conceit, harshness, ignorance, literally everything, right? So to cleanse this, we need to cleanse all these qualities are there in our heart. We need to cleanse that heart, right? Cheto darpana marjanam. That is why chanting is important. And to get interest in chanting, listening to these lectures are important. Krishna Katha, that's why they go hand in hand, right? Daivi Sampad Vimokshaya Nibandaya Surimata Mashucha Sampadam Daivim Abhijato Asi Pandava. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, whereas the demoniac qualities make for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with divine qualities. Can you imagine? See, what is Krishna saying? If you develop those transcendental qualities that Krishna explained in the first shloka of this chapter, then we are all candidates for moksha. We can attain moksha very easily. Right? After we leave this body, after death, we can all attain moksha. But even if you have a trace, right, a negligible quantity, negligible amount of even one of those demoniac qualities that Krishna explained in the previous shloka, then we cannot go to Godhead. We cannot get moksha. We have to take rebirth or go to hell or whatever based on our karma. Can you imagine? So those qualities make for bondage. So we get into karmic bondage. So do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with divine qualities. Arjuna is born with divine qualities. Okay? And to obtain those divine qualities, I already told you, Shravanam Kirtanam is all that is needed. Nothing else. Automatically everything will fall into place, right? You can see in the picture, these are all demoniac qualities, right? Demoniac people who have all that anger, proud, lust and greed and everything, but these are all good people. Right? So they are always glorifying the Lord, they are chanting, they are at least doing good to themselves and their society, not robbing and getting angry and torturing people or bossing over and all that. They are at least behaving good, right? So that such people at least get a chance, but demoniac people, no chance. They get bondage, right? Karma bondage. O son of Pratha, in this world, there are two kinds of created beings. One is called the divine and the other demoniac. I have already explained to you at length the divine qualities. Now hear from me the demoniac. So the demoniac qualities, the list is not yet over. See, Krishna is saying, now hear from me the demoniac qualities. Right, that's all. That means transcendental qualities he finished explaining. So Krishna is stressing more on demoniac qualities because today we find only demoniac qualities more in each other and around the world and etc., right? And also Krishna says there are two kinds of beings. One is called divine and one is called demoniac, right? But unfortunately in the modern world both divine qualities and demoniac qualities exist in the same person. Can you imagine? Right? Pritvam cha pravritrim cha nivrittim cha janana vidurasuraha na shaucham na pishchacharo na satyam teshu vidyate. With those who are demoniac do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. Can you imagine? See, there is some people, okay, some set of people, they literally don't know what they're doing is, I mean, right or wrong. Okay, like the pop cultured people, right? They do not know that drinking is wrong. They're brought up in that way ki generations and generations of their family members are doing that. It's a part of their culture, like, right? A lot of people, I don't want to name any religion, but a lot of people have in their religious places itself they give wine and etc etc, right? So probably they do not know what they're doing is right or wrong, right? And also, not only that, they do not take bath. Can you imagine? When I used to go to school, I had a set of friends. They used to say, weekly once I'll take bath. And they used to come to school like that only without taking bath. I used to go home and tell my parents, see, there are a set of my friends. They don't take bath only every day. Why I should take bath every day? So they used to lecture me, no, no, you have to take bath every day, you should go to the altar and you have to pay your obeisances, then only you should go to school and all they used to tell, right? So some people are brought up like this because of this legacy of unculture that they have, right? But now it's time to change, right? Now at least we know. And these things even schools teach us. You have to take bath every day, you have to wear clean clothes, and etc etc, even schools teach us, right? But I think Krishna knows very well we have forgotten our school teachings also. And right, even psychological behavior schools teachers, right? You have to tell the truth, right? You shouldn't get angry, you should be patient. We all have moral education, value education, and all classes where they teach us, but we don't follow, right? We don't even bother to follow. So Krishna says, okay, fine, you don't follow what your teachers teach, at least follow because it's there in the scriptures, because at least this way we will get moksha. If we don't follow even now, then we will not get moksha, right? How many times keep coming back, coming going, coming going, right? Birth death, birth death. We'll feel tired one fine day. So we have to focus on all these qualities, right? So drinking is wrong, smoking is wrong, wrong is wrong, that's it, right? It is wrong, it's forbidden, we karma, we're not supposed to do it at any cost. Okay, no, there is no way to even defend or justify what we are doing. No, it is wrong. Krishna is saying, right? Asatyam apratishtam te jagad ahur anishwaram aparaspara sambhutam kim anyat kama haitukim. They say that this world is unreal, that there is no foundation, and that there is no God in control. It is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. So these are the kind of demoniac people who we are surrounded by today, right? What are these demonic people saying? They say there is no God, right? They are atheist, right? All demoniac people are atheistic people, where they say there is no God and this world is unreal. They say no. Some people say, some sect of spiritualists, so-called spiritualists, they say this world is Maya, Maya, Maya. I mean, yeah, it is Maya. According to them, Maya means it is unreal. How is it unreal? Krishna's creation, this world is. Right? You cannot call something which is created by Krishna unreal. It is not unreal. It is just temporary. Material world is subject to destruction. That means it is temporary. It's not unreal. Right? It is real. And that's why even Kshirodaksha Vishnu has entered into every atom. How can it be unreal? Right? So that there is no foundation and there is no God in the world, in control, right? That's how atheistic people are. And it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. Okay. Following such conclusions, the demoniac who are lost to themselves and who have no intelligence engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world. Terrorism and etc. etc. Right? A lot of people who are ignorant, they are completely in the mode of ignorance. That they harm themselves plus they harm others, and they don't think of the consequences, and they don't even think before doing anything. They don't think, question themselves, am I doing it, is this right, is this wrong? Nothing, right? So following such conclusions, following the atheistic philosophy or atheistic principles, right? People do not have intelligence, as in they do not use their intelligence, and rather they do all sorts of nonsense, right? The demoniac, taking shelter of insatiable lust, pride, and false prestige, and being thus illusioned, are always sworn to unclean work, attracted by the impermanent. Can you imagine? So, demoniac taking shelter of the unsatiable lust. Lust is very, very difficult to overcome, right? It's very difficult. Why is it difficult? Because from from time immemorial, okay, we have been in this material world, right? In different species of the bodies, different bodies, different species, we've been in this material world, living our lives, right? And then we die again, take birth, and get into some other body, some other species, right? So when, say, you have been in a particular culture from some 20 years, okay, when you reach 21st year, if suddenly you are asked to change, will you be able to change? It's impossible, right? You'll be like, oh, give me some time. I have been there for so long. I have been there, right? Suddenly, like example, any example for that matter. Okay, so say you've been doing a particular thing for a long time, and suddenly they say, no, you're not supposed to do like this. You should be doing something else. It's impossible for us to change. Same way, from time immemorial, we've been taking birth and dying, taking birth and dying in this material world. Material world means lust, right? If so, because we have been lusty all our lives, right? From janmas and janmas and janmas, suddenly changing it, changing lust from love, changing lust to love is not easy. That is where chanting, Shravanam, Kirtanam comes into picture. Those are the only two weapons that can save us. Immediately, instantly, you can see the transformation happening because of Shravanam and Kirtanam. Very, very important, right? So, if this goes, if you start doing Shravanam and Kirtanam, not just lust, pride, or false prestige, all the kinds of anarthas that we have, all the bad qualities, slowly go, right? But slowly go, right? Do not expect that I'll chant today, tomorrow I'll become pure. No, that's not the way. Slowly they start going, depending on how effective is your chanting, as in how pure is it, right? How pure is it? Are you able to hear every mantra? Or are you thinking about, are you getting different thoughts when you're chanting? All that matters. Quality of chanting is very important. Okay. And demoniac people are sworn to unclean work and attracted by the impermanent. Okay. So they believe that to gratify the senses and unto the end of me is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus, there is no end to their anxiety. Being bound by hundreds and thousands of desires of lust, anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification. So, I think this is actually the description of today's Kali Yuga, right? Prayan Alpayasha Sabya, Kalau Nashte Yuge Janaha, Manda Sumanda Mataya, Manda Bhagyahi Upadrataha. Right? The qualities of people in the Kali Yuga are just like this. For sense gratification, they don't hesitate to even take up illegal means, right, to earn money and earn lots of money for sense gratificatory activities, not anything good. They'll not do charity, they'll not do some Krishna seva, nothing, right? They will take money and then use it for intoxication. I have seen a lot of people where they earn in lakhs. Okay, like in my office, I've seen a lot of people. They earn in lakhs. They earn in right nearly lakhs. They earn in a month, and they use at the end of the month. They are fully broke. They're like they'll be waiting for next month's salary. What do they do with all the money? Just keep on intoxicating, intoxicating, intoxicating. What are they doing with their lives? I wonder. Right. So such people all belong to demoniac class. Okay, and yeah, demoniac person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So, so much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my another enemy will also be killed. I am the lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices, I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. So, this reminds me of Hiranyakashipu, right? So, Hiranyakashipu was exactly doing this. Oh, I have conquered Devatas today. I have conquered that. I have conquered this. This entire world is mine. So, you can see, right, in this material world, 14 planetary systems are there, right? So Hiranyakashipu was the only demon, the best demon actually. Prabhupada also writes he's the best, he's the great demon because he's the only demon who conquered all the 14 planetary systems. He had conquered all heaven, hell, everything literally. Even Brahma, he pleased Lord Brahma also. And he did tapasya, he pleased Brahma, and Brahma also started giving him the boons that he asked. Right? So he conquered all the 14 planetary systems. And he also was thinking like this only, right? Oh, today I'm so powerful. Tomorrow my power will multiply. My riches will multiply. My position will, increase. Right? I'm surrounded by aristocratic relatives. Exactly the same way even Hiranyakashipu was thinking. And what happened? Right? So when Hiranyakashipu was praying, right, for Lord to Lord Brahma when he was doing tapasya, Lord Brahma asks him, "What do you want?" And Hiranyakashipu says, "I want immortality." Okay, and you know what Brahma says? I am myself not immortal. How will I give you immortality? Can you imagine? I am myself not immortal. How will I give you immortality? Right? So that shows, the that Brahma is also a servitor of Krishna, right? And then Hiranyakashipu makes, things and does all this scheming work. We see over here, according to my schemes, right? He starts planning and doing scheming work, and he says, okay, let no species, no, none of these 84 species, 84 lakh species kill me. Let me not die in a day or a night, right? Different ways he comes up, comes up with ideas that almost near immortality, but still it's not immortality, right? So now Hiranyakashipu is thinking, okay, with all these conditions, who can kill me? I cannot be killed. No, he had told, no weapon can kill me. I shouldn't be killed outside of the house. And he was acting crazy, right? And he was fully daydreaming every day, oh, I will not be killed, I will not be killed, right? So finally what happened? Krishna came in the form of 85th, I mean, species, right? He came in the form of a different species. It was mixed, lion and what, human. And then he came in the form of Narsimhadev, and he killed Hiranyakashipu, right? So this is how we are all today daydreaming and making all the plans as though this is permanently going to exist. And ultimately we will understand, actually those things that you've planned, which you've meticulously planned, only get destroyed first, if you've noticed, right? And only after you lose that, you'll worry for some time, and then you will again start doing the same thing, right? Because it's lack of motivation from the scriptures and lack of knowledge, right? When you study the scriptures, you will understand the reality of life. It's very important. Same thing happens here. This is Devaki and Vasudev. Okay, Kamsha gets the Akashvani saying, your Devaki's eighth child is going to kill you. And that's when Kamsa takes out his sword and tries to kill Devaki, right? So he also does pre-plans, planning, right? He kills all the child one by one, all the children he kills. What happens finally? Some or the other way he got killed, right? Krishna got transferred to Vrindavan, and Kamsa did not even know it was a male child who was born, right? The baby was exchanged, and a female child, Durga Mata, was bought in Krishna's place, right? And he was finally, Krishna trapped him and killed him, right? So he sent so many demons, Putana, Trinavarta, Aghasura, Bakasura, etc., 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 right? Who one demon also couldn't manage to kill him. All the demons rather got killed, right? So whatever plans we do, the destiny will not, change. Only Krishna can change our destiny, right? On the other hand, Ratnakar, right? He was a what? Hunter, but he was at the same time robber, smuggler, thief, and everything, right? So Ratnakar was such a person, hunter and all that. But so anybody, according to the things karma he did, right, killing people, robbing people, he was destined to hell, right? But one moment of association with Narad Muni changed his entire destination. He did tapasya, he did Ramanam tapasya, and finally he got the darshan of Lord Ram, and he wrote Ramayana. He became Valmiki, right? A hunter turned into Valmiki, right? So it is, rather than sitting and planning how to escape from the sins we've committed, or how to amass more and more wealth, and how to live more luxuriously, or how to lord over this material world, rather think about Valmiki, right? How he changed, right? So these are the examples we need to learn from, right? Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and even Ravan, the same thing. He also kidnapped Sita Mata, right? Without Ram, he wanted Lakshmi. So what happened? That same Sita Mata became the cause of his death finally, right? So Lakshmi became the cause of his death. God of fortune, because goddess of fortune for Ravan became goddess of misfortune, right? So this is what demons ultimately get, right? So thus perplexed by various anxieties and bound by a network of illusions, one becomes too strongly attached to sense enjoyment and falls down into hell. This is exactly what we learned from these examples, right? We become too attached, too much of anxiety because we take everything on our shoulders. I did this, so it didn't happen like this. I did that, it happened like that. So we keep thinking, I did, right? We didn't do anything. Krishna is the doer, not us, right? So, because of this, anxiety is developed. And then what happens? It's bound by a network of illusions, right? And becomes too strongly attached to sense enjoyment, finally falls down to hell. So, bewildered by false ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger, the demon becomes envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in his own body and in the bodies of others, and blasphemes against real religion. Can you imagine, right? When the more we fall down, the more we, when the more we fall down into the material pool, right? The more we go away and away from the Lord. The deeper and deeper we go into Maya, the farther and farther we go from the Lord, right? So that time we start feeling more and more envious about the Lord, envious of the Lord, and who is situated in our own body. Just look at this, right? And we start blaspheming him. Example, what is happening here? Who is this person? Anybody knows? Who is this? This is a demon. This is Krishna. What is he doing? Who is this demon? No one knows. Okay, so this is Shishupal. Okay, so Shishupal had gotten a boon. Okay, saying that 100 mistakes of his can be forgiven. 101st mistake, it will not be forgiven. He will be punished. Okay, so he used to count actually. He used to count his mistakes. But that day, what was happening? I think Rajasuya Yagna was happening. Yudhishthir Maharaj Rajasuya Yagna, and all the Pandavas were there. Every king from the world was invited, right? Because Yudhishthir was becoming the emperor, right, of the world. And then what happened? Krishna was also invited. Shishupal was also invited because he was also a king. And there he started blaspheming the Lord, right? One by one, he started criticizing the Lord through words, right? So he was actually counting every mistake, so that because after 100 he knew very well he won't be alive. But what happened? Because he got deluded, right? Here it is said, they fall down and fall down. In the previous shloka we learned, right? They fall down and fall down and fall down to an extent they get bound by a network of illusions. They forget what they are doing, right? And they get perplexed. Same thing happened to Shishupal. He stopped his counting, or he missed the count somewhere, and he didn't realize 100 mistakes were over. And Krishna did not tolerate, right? Krishna told 100 mistakes and then done, gone, right? So he released his Sudarshan and he got killed for 101st mistake. He got killed, right? So this is what we happen, this is what we will happen if we take ownership of ourselves. If we shouldn't be believing in our capability. A lot of people say, no, especially motivational speakers, etc., etc., believe in your ability, right? You have confidence in yourself. What is all that? That is just nonsense, right? The more and more we believe in ourselves and take ownership of what we are doing, have faith in ourselves, the more and more we fall down, because we are not the doers. Like, we are just children, right? Unless the mother takes care of the child cannot live even for an hour, right? Especially when the child is newborn and all that, mother has to feed the child, mother only has to do everything. The child, even if something is happening to the child cannot tell, right? The baby is so small. That's exactly how we are not big. We are equivalent to that newborn child, right? We don't know anything that's happening to us, and we don't know how to go about in our life. It is Krishna who's our father, who is supposed to lead us, right? The more and more you want to become independent of the Lord, the more and more you fall down. That This is what we need to learn, right? So do not have confidence in yourself, rather have confidence in the Lord, right? Lord is the only ray of hope for us. Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, are cast by me into the ocean of material existence, into various demoniac species of life, right? Envious of the Lord, mischievous, breaking the rules, right? All this if we do, then what happens? We will be put more and more into the lower species, animal species or hell, right? Patala Loka and all that, right? So attaining repeated birth amongst the species of demoniac life, such persons can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. Can you imagine? Most abominable type of existence. Why do we want all this? Rather, let's learn now and surrender to the Lord. Right? So, it all comes from the Shastras, right? The truth is lying in the Shastras. Only when we read, we will understand, oh, this is going to happen to us. Right? Especially, I think in 5th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, the hell is given, hell is described, the different punishments which people get for doing different mistakes, right? So it is very dangerous. I mean, when you literally read it, people will start crying, because they have all done those mistakes, and for the kind of punishments described in that canto in the hell, I mean, you'll get goosebumps. You'll be like, oh shit, why did I do all that? I shouldn't have done all that. Right? Now, see, I have to suffer those punishments. Right? Like, for example, oh, there are so many punishments. I don't want to describe only. Right? So, such people will be sent to most abominable type of existence. Um, it's better we don't, it's better we become alert now only and take to the path of Krishna consciousness. Trividam narakasyedam dwaram nashanam kamakrodastatha lobhas tasmad etatrayam tyajet. These are the three gates leading to the hell. So we just discussed about hell. Now what are the three gates of this hell? Lust, anger, greed, which are very, very difficult to give up. Right? Lust, anger, and greed. These are the three gates to hell. Every sane man should give up these. Right? For they lead the degradation of the soul. Right? So they lead to the degradation of the soul. So the soul will go to the hell and suffer, or and then after suffering in the hell, starts the life from the aquatic species and goes through that evolution process and then gets the human birth. And God knows in that human birth whether that soul is going to do good things or bad things. Right? Again, if the soul does bad things, again that soul will be pushed to hell. Right? Can you imagine? So even so we need to make up a decision, right? It's not that giving up lust, anger, greed is easy. Just by, just like that we cannot give it up. But making desiring is in our hands, right? All that we can do, Krishna has given us the minute independence, is to desire. And that desire should be intense desire, not some normal superficial desire. It shouldn't be light, it should be very, very strong, it should be very intense. Right? Very intense. Intense means what? Okay, like if you don't get oxygen, will you be alive? No, right? You'll start praying, you'll start feeling restless. Oh, no oxygen, I can't breathe. Right? Same way. Oh, if I can't give up these, I can't live. That kind of intense desire you should have. It shouldn't, I mean, only then Krishna will understand, right? Paramatma will know, okay, you're intensely desiring. Then he will start showing you the path. He will make way for you to chant well. He will make way for you to read scriptures well. He will make way for you to progress in the bhakti. Just like what you see in this picture. This person is a devotee and wants to serve the Lord, right? And these are the steps to reach the Lord. Here is Goloka above, right? But what are the barricades that she has? Anger, lust, greed, all these, things are disturbing her, right? Stopping her from reaching the Lord. It's not easy, but with the strong intense desire, if you have, then Krishna will make way. How? Krishna will send you a spiritual master, right? Who can just by holding the hand of that spiritual master, you are easily going to cross, right? But that intense desire is a very, very important thing, right? That's why Krishna says in 15th chapter that the only independence, if you really have any power, the only power you have is to desire, right? And based on your desire, your life will get molded, your destiny will get decided. Can you imagine? See, I told you, a spiritual master will be sent if you're sincere, if you're intensely desiring, and then you will cross over all that lust, anger, greed stages, and you'll reach the stage, right? And then you will finally reach Goloka. That's important. The man who has escaped these three gates of hell, O son of Kunti, performs acts conducive to self realization and thus gradually attains the supreme destination. Can you imagine? Right? After you get a spiritual master, even if you get lust, anger, greed in your mind, it's not going to be prevalent for a long time, right? Just momentary, or maybe it comes for hours or days. That's it. Maybe 3 days maximum, not more than that, right? Our life would not get deluded. We will again fall back to track. We will fall back to the track of bhakti because our control will be in the spiritual master's hand, right? And the only job of the Lord or the spiritual master is to deliver us back home, back to Godhead, right? That's important. या शास्त्रविधिं वित्सृज्य वर्तते कामकारतः न सा सिद्धिम् अवाप्नोति न सुखं न परां गतम्. But he who discards the scriptural injunctions and acts according to his own whims neither attains perfection, nor happiness, nor supreme destination. Can you imagine? So, yeah, Shastra Vidim Vitsrujya. If you leave, if you discard the scriptures, right, and just behave according to your whims, right? Some people say, no, my life, my rules, my destiny, something, blah, 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 they say, right? It's all bullshit, actually, right? So our rules and regulations are all defined in the scriptures, and we have to follow them, right? So if you discard the scriptural injunctions and act according to your whims, then what happens? We will not get perfection, na sukham, no happiness, na param gatim, no supreme destination, no goloka, nothing. We'll just have to suffer here, right? Tasmat shastram प्रमाणं ते कार्यकार्या व्यवस्थितौ ज्ञात्वा शास्त्राविधानोक्तं कर्म कर्तुम् इहर्हसि. So one should understand what is duty and what is not duty by the regulations of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated, right? So only from the scriptures we can understand what is our duty and what is not our duty. Everything done to please the supreme personality of Godhead Krishna is our duty. Everything which is not done, or anything which is not done for that, is not our duty. That is forbidden. This is the basic rule of religion, right? Dharma. Religion means dharma. What is dharma? Serving the Lord. That is the only dharma. That's why Krishna says, Arjuna, do your dharma. Dharma is to fight, right? Even if it is your Gurudev, Dronacharya, kill him. Yeah, right? And Krishna calls that dharma. So what is dharma? Dharma is to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dharma is to satisfy the Lord. Dharma is to please the Lord. Dharma is to bring a smile on the face of the Lord. That is dharma, right? So anything that helps you in serving the Lord is your dharma or your duty, and anything which is not going to help in that is going to be forbidden duty. You're not supposed to do that. Forbidden work or forbidden activity, right? Here, so accepting the spiritual master is very important. Even Krishna and Balram have accepted spiritual master, right? This is Krishna Balram and this is Sandipani Muni, right? So even Krishna could have told, no, I'm the Lord. Why I need to accept a spiritual master? No, he sets an example showing to the world that you have to accept a spiritual master, because only by accepting a spiritual master can you progress in your bhakti and reach the Lord, right? So our dharma will sprout only after we accept a spiritual master. Before that, it's just theoretical, right? Hare Krishna. Any questions? We are done.
Mataji, in which canto does Krishna says about the hell and
Fifth
everything?
canto. Fifth canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? I don't remember the chapter name, but you can check on Veda based fifth canto and search for the chapters. You'll find it.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Okay. Any questions? Anybody?
I have also applied for the second course. How would be the assignment? Would be there like submissions and everything? Just can you give a small brief how it would be taken and everything?
Uh, Congratulations, first of all, that you applied for second level. Second level will not have much assignments as such, Prabhuji. It's just quizzes, right? The quiz that you're attending right now, the same way it's going to be either multiple choice, mostly it will be multiple choice and a little bit of descriptive answers. Chitra Mataji, any idea?
Mataji, it's just like you described, actually.
Yeah, a little bit of descriptive
Level
answers.
2 will be a little more in depth than what we have in level 1.
Yeah, yeah. So you will be learning each verse and purport in the class, right? So Shravanam wise, it will be very deep, but I mean listening wise, but assignments wise, nothing much, Prabhu. It will be multiple choice questions and little here and there descriptive answers. And in level 3, it'll be a little more, right? So level 2, you don't have to worry. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Okay, how many of you have applied for level 2? And level 2 classes will be 2 times in a week, if I'm not wrong. Mostly weekends, right? Saturday, Sunday classes mostly. Uh, yeah, very nice. Hari Bol. Okay, Hare Krishna. Yeah, the link is posted in the group. Um, it'll be posted again probably. Okay, the link is all posted in the group. So please do attend, right? Hare Krishna, everybody. Any questions? Any more doubts? Okay. No questions, we can end. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय नामाचार्य शिला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय हरे कृष्णा
Hare
ड्यूरेशन ऑफ
Krishna,
सेकंड
Mataji.
आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट द ड्यूरेशन एनीबडी नोस
Mataji, normally, so when I did level 2 previously, it was 3 days a week and it took around 3 months.
ओके ओके हरे कृष्णा Thank you all for joining. Tomorrow, last 2 chapters, tomorrow, day after, please do attend.